Hey guys, this is Arel and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will be talking about an updated planner, journal, notebook lineup. So I have these, and these to talk about. It's been a while since I did a planner video, so I wanted to give you guys the scoop on what I'm currently using, how I'm using them, and most of all, why so many and why am I using this many and how I'm using them all together. So if you guys are interested, keep watching. So what a stack. If you have seen my initial 2021 lineup, I think it just comprised of these three, I believe. Yeah, so I had my journal, my everyday carry, and my extension. So what in the heck happened and why did I add three things? So I have just come to the realization that you really can't stick to one, two, or three like planners, you know. As you go through different seasons of your life, you are gonna need some other things to help you achieve your goals or with your work or whatever it is that is happening in your life. And I decided that I'm not going to just limit myself to the three things that I decided to work with at the beginning of the year or at the end of last year, because you end up getting in like a planner funk and you don't want to do that. You don't want to be in that. So if you really think that something needs to change, just embrace it. And that's what I did. So I am going to talk about each one, not in particular detail, because that would be probably a 3-hour-long video and we don't want that. So let's start with the things that we already kind of know. So this is a B6 Stalogy. This is my memory keeper. This serves as just to journal memories. That's what a memory keeper is for. And it has been going really well. I haven't been memory keeping in a consistent time, but I am writing down memories and moments and all that in a different notebook that when I do find the time, I will be actually jumping into this and decorating. So just to kind of flip through what I have so far, you know, it's not the prettiest, honestly, but it doesn't have to be really pretty. It just has to be me, and that's what it has been. I really like going through it and doing it myself, but it works really good as far as memory keeping goes. It's the perfect size and the paper is really nice, and I have bought some vintage journaling materials that kind of have been speaking to me with the vibe of this journal, and it works out. So I have been using this as my journal memory keeper and it works out very well. Next is my everyday carry, or not my everyday carry anymore, but this is still my main squeeze, my main planner. This is the Janet Letter Velvet Sand from Vanderspec, and it is the A6 size. If you were interested in the flip through of this baby, I will be linking it right now in the cards. Nothing really has changed except for the fact that I got rid of my dailies in this planner, but everything else is the same. It has my monthlies, my weeklies, some future planning, and it has my finance or adulting, which comprises of bills, order tracker, some important information, and then I have a brain dump, which I simplified by just doing lists, categorized lists on here, and then I actually will transfer them to another planner specific for what kind of topic it is. I am going to be filming a video on information migration amongst my planners, so watch out for that. And then I have a section for my health, a section for work, and some notes. So The reason why I got rid of my dailies because it's mainly because of the cover. This cover is so high maintenance. It's really, really pretty, but it's really, really high maintenance. And I do not want her to get dirty. I do not want her to get marks that much, even if these like marks right here have stayed, and no matter how much brushing and erasing I do, it's not fading away. And I've learned to live with it, but I do not want to get her marked any further. So I got rid of my dailies because I need to bring my dailies with me to work, just so I know what my to-do lists are for each typical day. And that's where this baby is gonna come in, which I will get into later. But the purpose of this as my main planner still stays the same. I still open her up every day just to check what my weekly tasks are and then transfer those tasks into my dailies. But everything else, trackers and all that, are still in here. So that is my main planner, A6 size. Next is my extension. So an extension, if you've been following me along, you probably know what it is, but for those of you who are new, an extension is what it is, an extension of a planner. So the things that I need to keep track of, to keep information that doesn't necessarily have to be looked at every day or every week, but I still want to keep track of, it goes in here. So I haven't done a flip of my extension because I am still honestly working on the setup, not with decoration and all that, but the actual inserts and the actual content that's inside. I am still filling out some inserts. Yes, I know it's March, and I honestly have not finished goal planning. Like, my goals have not been set in stone for the year, and I'm honestly taking my time because I want it to be more fulfilling, more intentional, and not just the fact that, oh, I need to set goals for the year, but it's not really what I want to do. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm still taking time. That's the whole gist of it. But just to give you guys an idea on what's inside my extension, I have a finance, my home base, which is all stuff related to home, like meals, health, meal planning, meal trackers, and all that stuff. And I have work, which is divided into two, my nursing work and YouTube, social media work, and some personal stuff, which is just to keep track of, like books to read, my goals in there, and other things. I promise to do a flip of my extension very soon. I just need to fill all that crap out. And that is the first 3 planners / journal lineup that I had that I introduced at the beginning of the year. Now, the things that I've added, it's not to overwhelm myself. I did not add these because I need to keep track of like 6 planners / journals at a time. No, it actually makes some of it a little bit easier, and especially with this baby right here, my another A5 rings, it's just to make space because I don't have a lot of space in this one anymore. So let's start with my Hobonichi Techo. So this Hobonichi Techo is a A6 size, and it basically has a monthly and daily pages. So just to show you what I've used it for. So this is basically just simplified planning. So I use the monthly page just to fill it out, what my work days are, any events, appointments, and all that. And then as far as dailies, I just use it as a daily. So it has the schedule, my to-dos, and it's not a aesthetically pleasing looking or pish-posh type of planning that I do with my EDC. It's basically just a nitty-gritty planner of what stuff that I need to do for each day. And it has been working really well. I have come to terms with Tomo River paper. I gave it another chance because if you've been with me since my Happy Planner days, I did try the Hobonichi weeks for a good while, but I got over it's just, I didn't really continue on with it because I was going through a planner identity crisis during that time, and it's just one of the things that I wanted to try, but I didn't like it. mostly because of the paper, but I gave the paper this time a chance, and honestly now I don't mind it at all, and it's been really good. So this is my everyday carry. This is what I take with me every day to work, to the grocery store, to wherever, because it's super light, it's compact, and I'm not too worried about it getting dirty or whatever because it has a clear cover. I actually have a cover on the way, a leather one, to house it a lot better, and so I can actually close it because the cover that I'm getting has a closure. So stay tuned for that. Of course, I'm gonna do a review and all that stuff with it, but for the time being, this works. This works really well. I bring this with me everywhere, and it doesn't really hold a lot of weight, and it gladly complements my A6 really well. And next we have this. So why do I have another A5 planner? Why do I have another ring setup while I have my extension? So this is pretty much like an extra planner, like extra. I'm just really extra that way. So the purpose of this planner is to set up my planners. Yeah, you heard that. It's a planner setup planner. That's what I've been calling it. So I bought this clear A5 rings cover from Amazon. It was $10. It was super cheap. It has I believe that's 25 millimeter rings, so it works out really well for the purpose that I have for it. And I am just using this to plan out my setups, to plan out what I want to put in my planners. So I have two main sections, my EDC and my extension. So I have been doing, like, planning out what my customs are for VDS, what I need to add that is functional or decoration related. Here, if you can see, like, I'm planning what I'm gonna do with my Techo, which is this one. And then for my extension, I'm listing all the covers that I have, customs also, and then also my add to planner for my extension. And then I have lists, which has some favorite shops, which I still need to fill out, what I need to check out, planner setup related. And then I have some references, some planner sizes, my page flags that I have, some swatches for Tombos, and my zig dot swatches for these box transparent stickies, these ones, and of course my leather samples. This is actually the biggest inspiration why I wanted to set up this planner, because I wanted to have a space, I want to have a section where I can flip through my leather samples that I got from VDS, and I actually been running out of room. I need to get more of these inserts to put my leather samples because I have 3 right here that are lonely and homeless. But yeah, that's pretty much what this planner is for. I don't open it a lot. I don't open it every day, but if I am in the mood for some creativity, in the mood to change up some things in my planner, I open this up, and then if I have ideas or if I see some great inspiration on Instagram, I write it down, like, oh, I think this is going to be functional for me, so I'm going to write it in the functional part of the add to planner section, and that's what this is for. Like I said, it's super extra. It's highly not necessary, but I really wanted to set it up, so here it is. And then lastly, I have an A5 spiral. So I really like the A5 size. I think when I didn't ask me anything on Instagram, and I also talked about it here, if I was gonna choose, if there was only one size to choose from, or one size that I'll have to use forever and ever, it will be A5. Because A5 is universal, there's a lot of cover options, there's a lot of space. I'd rather have more space than not have space at all. So A5 works out. And this A5 spiral notebook is my brain dump notebook. So this notebook I got from Amazon. Everything that I talked about will be linked down below, and I do have some affiliate links for a few things like this one and my A5 clear cover. But this works out really well because I wanted a space where I can just practically dump everything in my brain, whatever it is related to, and later on transfer the information to the appropriate planner. Like if I have some ideas for house or for like home stuff, I know that I have to transfer it later on to my extension. But I will be talking more about that in my information migration video coming soon. But just to like show you guys what I have, it's basically everything that's going on in my brain. So I have some ideas for a planner, ideas for YouTube. I use this to actually write down my inventory for my apartment, like kitchen, all that stuff. And I cross off the page once I know that I've transferred the information. This is where I also wrote my memories for January to help me memory keep for my journal. I use this to write some poll feedbacks that I did on Instagram, just anything. And here is some quotes that I really like from this book that I've read, so I wrote them down also. And just, it's basically just everything under the sun. It's whatever that comes into my mind, I write it down and it goes in here, and then I transfer it to the appropriate planner later on when I'm more organized, when I have time, and that's it. So actually when I am out and about, or mostly when I am at work, I actually bring these two together because I use this to look at my days, what the tasks are for the day, and then like look at my schedule for the month. And then if I do have some downtime at work and then I have some ideas for honestly anything, I write it down right here because I don't want to use the notes pages yet in this Techo because there's not a lot of them, and I think I'll still find an actual purpose for these note pages. See, there's not a lot. So that's why I bring my brain dump notebook with me anywhere, everywhere with my A6 Techo, and it works out very well. And I think it's pretty well used, honestly. The most used out of all of these 6 different things is this one because it's not, you're not like worried about what your handwriting is gonna look like. You're not worried about that you're gonna post this on Instagram. You're not worried about, it's just basically for brain dump, and it's been working out really well. And I don't have to organize the information, I just have to write it down, and then I'll organize it later on when I move it into the different planners it's supposed to go. So that is it. That is my current lineup right now. I am not promising for it to stay this way for the next 9 months of the year, but this has been the system that is working out for me. It is really going well. It's honestly going, haven't been posting a lot on here and on Instagram, but behind the scenes, you know, actually using it for life, it's been going really well. It's not overwhelming as it looks, so it works. And that concludes my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments. If you have some ideas or other things to say, just let me know. I am happy to just chit chat about whatever. So thank you again for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And of course, if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.